Hi, how are you doing?
Good, 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 good.
Nice to meet you after a long time.
My God. I think I got excited like I was actually going to meet you.
I know. We have been trying to do it since last year. Hi, Pink Clouds, Zatila, how are you? Hello, hi, Sana. How are you?
Oh, God. Nazma Maza.
Nazma, how are you doing?
So let's give it
We're
a
just
few minutes.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And let a few people more join so that they don't miss out on our conversation.
hi, Absolute Soap. I think that's Sana. Hello. So I wanted to give an introduction of you, but let's just wait for the rest to
Yeah.
join. So you're
You guys.
working today. How has
Yeah.
it been so far?
Yes, working from home today because there are a bit of a rise in cases in Sri Lanka. So we're taking precautions from office and today we're working from home. If not, I was back in
Right.
office.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, living the lockdown life, Sana says. All of us are, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to make the best of it. But I somehow feel the lockdown has brought in more skills out of all the individual
Yeah.
instead of, don't you feel that?
Yeah, because I don't. Hi, Shafraz. Because I think nobody expected to have so much time on their hands ever. I mean,
Definitely.
first it was a dream come true, but then it turned into a nightmare when it continued. But it also, I guess, pushed all of us to have more time for ourselves, with our families.
And I guess to understand what was really important, like for me, it was like a discovery of what I
Yeah.
can do and what I can't do. Hi, Varda. Hello, Hafsa. Hi, Hafsa. How are you? So we have lots of empowered women joining us. Sana previously who joined us, she makes handmade soaps. And
Awesome.
Nazma, I want to share about her. She's a social activist.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You're so right, Sana. Yes, I bake cake as well for my son's birthday.
Yes. I don't think there's anyone who didn't bake something during lockdown.
Definitely. And so much of cooking.
Yeah, I've also seen people who started baking during lockdown and then have turned it into a business. I swear.
Most of them have started their own businesses because I guess this was a time that it was a lot of self-reflection. So
Yeah.
Varda, yes, so Varda has started her business as well by
Okay.
Varda, a designer company. Yes. So we have like that's what I said. We have lots of because see, even me, I have been part of Instagram, but it's very new to me, and I'm sure that's the same with you, right?
Yeah.
So I connected with a lot of like-minded people,
Mm.
very interesting women out there.
Of course, I'm sure there
Adventure
are lots of
enthusiasts. How are you?
awesome women out there.
Right. Do you want to start, Adley?
Okay, we've got Shamla
Hi,
Rumi.
Shala. How are you doing today?
Right. I think even for the people who are joining in, if you guys, while listening to us, if you have any questions that you would like to ask us based on what we're sharing or based on the field that both of us are coming from, by all means, go ahead and we'll try to answer as many questions as possible.
Thank you. So my name is Madhya. Most of you know me. So basically, this has been my passion. Not my passion, our passion. The reason that I got Adley to join because our self-discovery journey. 6 years, 7 years ago, I think 8 years
I think
ago, we
longer. Yeah,
started it together. 8 years, about eight
yeah.
years ago, we started it together. So both of us know our weaknesses, our strengths. We've traveled down the road of, struggles, enjoyments, craziness. So that's what I thought she is the ideal person for me to start my series with. So to give you a little bit about Adley, she's a self-made woman like all of us. And she's a trainer, she's a counselor, facilitator, she's also a social activist. She's doing a lot of workshops back in Sri Lanka and one of the most strongest women that I know. And my best friend, I love her. She loves me. I hate her. She hates me. We're in that kind of a very cohesive relationship. So she's making a difference today in the community. We without any racial boundaries. I would like her to speak more about herself. So Adle, can you tell us
So yeah,
what got you here?
yeah. Thank you. So yes, Madhi and I have known each other. Yeah, I think a year or two short of a decade. So that says something about our friendship. As Madhya said, yes, we've been through hell and back, if I could say, and it's been quite a journey, a learning journey for. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's what inspired you guys, right? So I've always been interested in knowing how the human mind works. Long ago, I've been working since I was 19, but all the jobs that I did were done mostly out of, I guess, necessity rather than something that I would love to do. So a couple of years ago, we actually Madhi and I met, and we did something with child psychology and all that stuff, and then we attended a free workshop on psychology and counseling, and thought, let's give it a shot. And the day we attended it, we registered, and that's where it all began. And I pursued my studies so that I can become a counselor, and I've been working as a counselor since 2016. It I never realized that working in the field of mental health would turn out to be something I'm so passionate about. That's why I think in the little bio that Madhi put up, I said that me working as a counselor and a mental health advocate is not just a job. It is my passion. I love being able to I have the ability to help people through what I do, and create awareness. As Madhi said, I do a lot of mental health awareness workshops and training. I do a lot on psychological first aid, suicide prevention, which I'm it's very close to my heart. So for me, and I've had a lot of support, not just from Madhi as my friend, but also from my family. My husband has been immensely supportive, because he I know Madhi, and he share a very love-hate relationship, but he has been also wonderful, because I've traveled to workshops as far as Munaragala. I have had to stay over there and do workshops, and on domestic violence and gender-based violence. So these are things that I like, and also creating awareness for people on different areas of the mental health field, and letting them know that something I believe in also, which I always say, is that it's okay not to be okay, and giving that space. So yeah, I think if that answers the question that Nazma asked, or anything more, it's just that my passion keeps growing for the field, and I try to do as much as I can. Hence why, so I'm a counselor and the assistant center manager at an organization called Shanti Margam, which is one of a kind. It's an organization that focuses on the emotional well-being of youth, and we provide free counseling services for young and old. I run an internship there where I give the opportunity for young people who come from the psychology background to have that exposure and experience, because everybody comes with a lot of theoretical knowledge, and it's not the same when you start practicing or when you get that practical experience. So I'm doing what I can to help people, to create awareness, and yeah, that's about it about me. So I would
So
also
we
like to
have a few more people. Hi everyone. Hi
yeah.
Muni. Hi Shama. So we have Shamila. We have who else? We have Zati, Sumaya. Thank you for joining us. So thanks Adle. Yeah, thank you for giving an introduction about what you do. And Nazma, to add on to what you asked. See, before all this started, Adley said how we joined, but why we joined. Because we were I just want to talk about why we joined. So we were basically, both of us were doing a teaching course, and that was the point in life where I think somehow God brought us together, because we
Yeah.
were having our biggest challenges during that time. And as women, like we wanted to understand, I mean, how can we help ourselves? So I guess our journey started with trying to help ourselves. To
Yeah.
be honest, at that particular time, I think you would agree with me. We never thought of, we want to reach out. Yes, we always wanted to help. But first, it was about
Yeah.
self awareness. I mean, what's going on with my mind? How can I make things better? Or what am I doing wrong? Why am I feeling all these feelings? So this is what actually led us into child psychology workshop first, and then later on we did the diploma. And it was never a regretful journey or turning back after that. It was awesome. And once we did that, we eventually started an organization in Sri Lanka called NISA. So it was an
Yeah.
organization aimed in helping women, empowering them, and we did quite a lot of projects there as well. And yeah, so that's how it all started. Do you guys have any questions? Anything that you want to talk about before I start asking Adle any questions?
So Foodicted and the homemade cook says, Adley, long time you. If you could tell me your name, cause your profile name, I don't know who you are. And says, Madhi, you're doing a great job. Of
Thank
course.
you.
So Madhi, before we get into any questions, why not?
Yes.
We're having we're having a conversation here. Madhi and I are
Yeah.
opening about our lives and our journey and our struggles and how we got here. So so that the people
We
who
have
are
a
joining,
question from just
yeah,
a second. What did you guys, I'm just trying to locate it. When did you guys start and how long has that been?
Mirza.
8 years. I think yeah, 8 years together. So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'd like Madhi also to now start talking about letting you guys, just like I shared as to how I am, where I am, and a little bit on my journey. I'd like Madhi also now, to
Oh, that's
tell
our
you guys.
friend Mirza,
Yes.
buddy. Okay. Right. So where I am now, to talk about myself. Right now, I am where I want to be in life. I'm very happy. I'm content, mashallah. I have challenges which I'm facing very happily. And I have three kids, like I said, the oldest being in the university and the youngest one is just 2 years old. So I'm kind of at a bipolar situation trying to handle, adolescence and childhood. And I'm working as well, mashallah, yes. So there's a lot that's happening. And right now, if you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I feel like I'm at the level where I've gone into transcendence. I've kind of built up, alhamdulillah. Yes, there's still things that I'm learning. And if you watched my YouTube video, like what I said, I don't call it failures. I don't like to call it failures. I like to call it areas of development or areas of growth. Because nothing is a failure, guys. It's like if we take it as a failure, we're going to feel apprehensive and upset about it. But if you consider it an area of growth, you'll always think of ways or reflect on it to see how you can come over it. And like to share my experiences. I know there is a taboo about talking discussions about divorce, but I went through a very bad divorce. And Alhamdulillah, I'm glad it happened because it got me to see where I want to be in life. And that is the point that I met Adle, my dear friend, who was there throughout thick and thin. And she was going through a period in her life as well. And not a divorce, but she was going through a lot of mental traumas, thank God. And we were there to support each other. So for me, like women are kind of barricaded. That's what I called it. Let's break barriers in different ways, whether it could be religion, racism, our hijab that we wear, hijabs that we don't wear, clothing, makeup, male
Working.
representatives we have in our family, working, not working.
Yeah.
Am I a good cook? Am I not cooking right? Am I taking care of my child? Not taking care of my child. So constantly we are bombarded with what's right to do. So both of us, we want to create an awareness about it's okay not to be okay, like what Adley said. It's okay not to be perfect because that's what really gets us going. I think it'll be too boring if I start talking about myself because I get carried away.
So yeah, something I want to
Yeah.
share with you. It's just like as Madhi said,
Hi,
we
Twinkle and
are
Husna.
yeah, we work full time, we have kids, and we have our families to take care of, and we do other things apart from all this. So it's just that I'm sure a lot of people will also relate. You can do all that. You don't have to be restricted into one of, if you're married you need to be the good wife and be the good mom, and that does not leave room for anything else. Just like Madhi and I doing, I know a lot of people even who are joining here today and who are not joining here today are managing all that. So it is you who limit yourself. So keeping that in mind, you can do whatever you want to do. It's only you who restrict yourself based on things that living up to expectations of others. So if you believe in something, want to do something, go for it. We are
Thanks,
examples
Husna.
that you can do it, and age is not a barrier.
Oh, age is definitely not a barrier, and that's something that we want to touch on. When basically Adley is still, I think, pursuing her study, she's still continuing. So am I. And when I did my completed my masters, I was just 2 years ago. I don't want to disclose my age because I always feel I'm 16. So I
Of
feel like,
course.
age is just a number and it is
Yeah.
not something that, thank you. Age is definitely a number, guys. I know lots of coaches, people speak about it, but being ordinary common women as we are, we often think like, okay, you can talk about it because you have everything, but then how am I going to get through this, right? You can get through this. It is not easy.
Yeah.
It is, there's going to be struggles, but you can push yourself. Get your masters. It's never too late. Start that business. It's never too late. I recently Googled about all the people who have started business after they were 38. And there were quite a lot of entrepreneurs who had done it. Yes, age sometimes seems like a big barrier. It does, and it's all in your mind, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely, and I think Adley can say more about that. It's definitely how your mind is conditioned because, see, our mind is a big playground and we have a lot of things, experiences from our past, we have our struggles, we have our challenges. It's our awareness that we need to keep focused. Is your
Yeah.
awareness in that area where you're thinking you're not good enough,
Mm.
or is your awareness going to be shifted to an area where you think I'm gonna do it? So you
Yeah.
control your awareness. What do you have to say about that, Ad?
Yeah. So see, when it comes to age, so I know for Madhi and me, I know we're not going to disclose our age, but I found my passion after I turned 30. Right? I started working since I was 19, but I found my passion to do what I want, what I love after my 30s. So, as Madhi said, it's just age is, if you feel that, okay, now that let's say I am 30 or I am 40, I can't do this, then I'm sorry, you're not going to do it because that's what you believe in. But sky's the limit, whatever you want to achieve. Don't let your age affect it. I'm not saying only to your job. Even when going out and having fun, certain people don't do things because they think, okay, now we're a little too old to do that. Says who? If I were to get an opportunity to go on a roller coaster today, I would do it. If I got an opportunity to, as Madhi has done, jump out of a plane or go bungee jumping, I would do it. It's only I who decide if, okay, my age is going to stop me from doing that. We still love having fun. We still love going out. We still love doing
Oh, we
crazy things.
go crazy, guys. We have not
Yeah,
lost it.
yeah. Because it's still, it's how, and also that supportive system of having good friends and family who support that. Because Madhi and I, when we go out or we have fun, we both feel the same way. I'm not going to say, okay, Madhi, you shouldn't do that. I mean, look at people might think, I don't care what people think. Our age does not matter. So, also something important for all the women there who are agreeing. Yes, I think I more realize myself after my 30s. Of course, like I said, things that you really believe in or want to do in your life can happen at a certain age. I'm not going to say that it's not going to happen in your 20s or 30s or 40s. It can happen. So let it happen. Don't restrict yourself. If you see, I'm sure if Madhi checked also all the entrepreneurs, I mean, I'm sure they're at different ages. I know a lot of women who are doing really great things in their 20s, who are really doing great things in their 30s and 40s. So surround yourself by people who are going to support you, who are going to encourage you to achieve what you want to achieve. Because we support each other, I'm very happy when Madhi does something, and I know she's also extremely happy when I do something. That's a relationship we have. And I know that Madhi, your friend, is online. So,
Who is that?
so Malik is online. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, Malik.
So,
I'm more
I guess,
confident, and
yeah.
age never is going to. Definitely. Why should age stop you? And this is something like Adley I wanted to talk about, right? There was two things. One was I was questioned after my yesterday's video. Why did you emphasize more on women, right? Why not men? Are you guys talk always about equality, but then aren't you biasing? So this was one question that was thrown on me. And the second thing was like, why is it important? Like, we are talking about age, right? So I just want to touch up on those things. So first is about women. Why women? And why age? Because I think it's not because men are different and women are more powerful or anything like that. It's just that I guess as women, even as modernized we are, we still have challenges. There are people still telling us what's right to do and what's not right to do, regardless of the religion. And age, why? At a younger age, women tend to be more protected. Yes, we are coming out of it. People are becoming independent, but I know very independent girls who are still controlled by their family members. Yes, out of love, maybe because they feel they need to be protected. So sometimes we are not able to make certain decisions. But as you grow older, you become more matured and understand what's really important. But yes, I've come across so many young women today, younger than me, definitely, who are like really aggressively pursuing into things that they love. There's nothing wrong. But what we want you to understand is don't look at them and think, oh my God, I should have done it.
Mm.
Because when you are thinking about what could have happened before, you're not actually focusing on what can happen now.
Yeah.
So it's about a mindset change and trying to, accept what it is and make the best use of it. Right? Hi, Kinza. So, Adle, tell me, what is one of the biggest battles that you had to face working
Uh,
towards your passion?
sorry?
Working
What was
towards your passion, what was one of the
right?
biggest battles that you had to face?
Um, I guess a lot of people, like you said, because of the job that I do, a question earlier, I mean, now they don't ask me that at all, was the fact of, do you see only women? Do you see men also? It's always asked with a, oh, you do. Because, see, yes, I wear the hijab. I wear it because I want to, because I believe in it, and because it's, it's something that I strongly feel about. But there's this expectation that because I am a Muslim woman in hijab, that there are restrictions that I will have either by myself or people, and also the fact of when I go out and I do workshops, and I do work a lot with men also, right? And somebody I look up to also is also a man who's in this field, who is doing wonderful things. So I guess it's that because of the religion and because of the fact that I'm in a hijab, the expectation that I will be limited to what I do. And also it comes like, do you see only Muslims? No, I see everyone from every community, religion, background, you name it. I have
No,
worked
you're
with
so right. You're so right. I mean, just because we wear a hijab, yes, what we believe does not define the service that we are willing to
yeah.
give others, right? And I just want to throw in a question to our audience who's been pretty quiet. So, what has been your biggest barrier? Would you like us to address something? Have you faced a barrier currently in life to pursue what is your barrier right now for you to pursue your dreams? If you'd like us to address it, anything specific that you want to talk about, or you'd like to?
I think everyone's thinking,
Yeah.
what's so, Adi, why don't you share with us what your barrier has been, your biggest challenge or your barrier to get into where you are today?
My biggest challenge. Okay. Lots of things. Everything has been a challenge, from my femininity, being a woman, and balancing time being a mom. And with my, yes, second marriage, I had to give birth. I wanted another baby for us. So at this age, it was a challenge because people kept on asking me questions like, why would you want to give birth? You're almost, reaching the age where you might have a child who's special. And it was not very nice conversations that we had. And one of the biggest barriers that I had was with myself, actually trying to figure out where I really wanted to go in life. What did I want to do? Because I had a lot of dreams, trust me. One day I wanted to be a counselor, one day I wanted to be a teacher, another day I wanted to be an artist, one day I wanted to be a photographer. So I think, like, really sitting down and trying to understand what I really wanted with myself, I think is the biggest barrier, because people is different. It depends on my mentality. Am I going to be receptive of what they say, or am I not going to worry about what they say, right? So I wouldn't call people, yes, there were struggles, but I wouldn't call them challenges. I think the biggest barrier was me. And I would say that most of us, it happens, right? Like, the biggest barrier is us not getting us where we want to be. What do you say?
Yeah. And also, what I'd like to add to that is this barrier that we become the barrier also comes from, as you mentioned before, the conditioning that we have been put through growing up. Our culture, our family, our religion.
True.
The conditioning that comes from religion, I want to say that it doesn't come from the Quran per se. It comes from people. Their expectations of, okay, now you're married, that's it. You've
Hi,
achieved everything.
Faraza. Hi, Nuza. Hi, Fiona. How are you? I just saw. Hi, Mama. My mother-in-law is here.
Okay.
Okay. Any tips on how women can handle negative criticism about what they do or want to do? I think Adle would be a very good
Okay.
person to answer.
So, thing is, criticism is always going to be there. I'm sorry to say, but how we perceive it changes. People can always have negative criticism about whatever it is that we do. How much of it that you believe is true in that is what affects you. For example, if I were to say, Madhi, you're stupid, it would affect her if she also in some level believes that she is. But if she isn't, if she doesn't believe in that, then she's going to be able to say, you know what, don't talk to me like that, or don't say that. So I guess for you, it is, for everybody who's listening for this question, it's about how much you believe in yourself, how much you believe in what you do. If there is some sort of how to say, apprehension that you have about what you're doing, or the person that you are, then people's criticism will affect you a lot. So if you believe you're doing the right thing, if you're confident about what you're doing, stand your ground. The effect that negative criticism has will be far lesser based on how much you believe in yourself. There's another question, Madhi. Before
Yeah,
the next, can you go to the other question? Yeah.
yeah. My mind is my barrier. I'm 23. I did a diploma stage. I want to pursue my degree. For that, I need a job so I can support myself. My mind is rushing to do all this at once. And if it is the end of the world.
Okay. So, do you want me to take that, or are you going to take it?
I can start off and maybe you can support me.
Sure. Sure.
So, yes, first of all, I just want to brush up on Munira's question about, criticism. There's an example that I want to give. My sister, the youngest one, Mispa, okay? There's something that I learned from her, the way she takes in criticism. If someone says something to me, she'll shrug off and say, so? And sometimes it's annoying, right? But then she's just completely confident because she says it doesn't affect me. She comes off as arrogant and having an attitude, but she shrugs off criticism, right? She says it doesn't matter. Yeah, she is respectful. It's not that she's disrespectful. And this, I think I've watched it and I've realized it is so true. You shrug off the criticism. It's not easy. It hurts you. But then you ask yourself a question, like I do this often, right? I ask myself, does it matter? And okay, why does it matter? Why is it hurting you? Why is this person so important? Why are you letting this energy vampire take off all the energy, all your
Yeah.
good energy, So don't fall prey to this.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of conditioning, but you can do it. And
Yeah.
coming to Amina, yes, you're 23. There's a long way to go. So it's wonderful you're thinking about your degree. So what I would say is, darling, like, have a plan, right? It's not about having a lot of things to do. Your degree is something definitive you want to pursue on. Make an action plan for yourself. If you've heard of action plans, action plans are not just for corporate organizations. It's for personal growth as well. So make an action plan of strategic action plan of how you want to go. Okay, what do you want to do? It's your master's. In order for you to do your master's, what are the strengths that you have and your weaknesses? If you think one of your strengths is, you can study well, then maybe you can mark it down. And on your weaknesses, if you think you need a finance to do a job, it's not a weakness. It is something that you can capitalize, right? So you write it down as a weakness, but then how are you going to capitalizing? By having a job, I'm going to make enough money for my master. So it's a 2 year. So you can make an action plan, and please buzz me. I will help you with how to create action plans. I'm also hoping to do a detailed video on YouTube so that I can help people on how to make definitive action plans to where they want to get to. Do you have anything to add to that, Tad?
No, I think you covered that well. I was just going through and I've seen that both our wonderful husbands have sent the exact same reaction.
Okay. Often I compare myself with other people who are elder and achieved more. It's definitely good to compare. Comparing should be a motivation, right, Ad?
Yeah.
They should be inspiring, motivating people, and that's where you want to go. But comparing should not lead you to self-criticism and why I'm not achieving it. And that is why we are discussing this topic about age is not a barrier. Okay, focus on small goals to get where you are. Like, it's not a rat race. You have enough time. And also, there is one more thing. I was listening to this guy, one of the spiritual leaders called Dandapani. He says most of the time that we are not able to achieve what we want is because we are not focused. Because our consciousness is jumping from time to time and we think that we can multitask. But he says, multitasking is very tough. If you're able to concentrate, like right now, if I want to achieve here, and what I need to focus is making sure I finish my diploma, I finish my PGD. That's what I have to focus on. If you try to focus on 10 different things at a time, sometimes, human mind does not have the ability to, cognitive ability to do 100 things at different times. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm talking too much, right? You're supposed to be my guest of honor. We have another question from Badda.
I guess many honestly.
It's not easy, guys. I had so many challenges and still, as a woman and still facing every stage, as we have to face different kinds of barriers. Yeah.
Well, you are going to have barriers. How much you let those barriers affect you is up to you.
I'm sorry to trouble you. I will give you a very good example of a barrier right now is Malik sending those funny faces. Okay? That's hardly
and to add that we have Shafraz also sending the same thing. So
is it really? Okay. Yes. Very funny.
Together. Yeah.
Okay.
Bharata, yes, challenges and barriers that we face are going to be there in every stage of our life. That is life. But we can always equip ourselves to handle that. So for that, in order, like I said before, how you feel about yourself matters. How you take care of yourself matters a lot. How much importance you give yourself also matters. Because that helps you strengthen yourself. And that gives you the ability to face, and also having, like I said before, support system. It gives you the ability to face whatever comes your way. First on your own and also with the people that care about you around you.
Definitely. And for me, like, see, it might be a silly example, but I often think of challenges as cobwebs, right? And the tools as like, what is the tool that you're going to remove that cobweb? Are you going to use the broom? It's going to be easy if you put a long stick. Or you're going to get on top of a stool and do it. So it's about the tools, different tools that is available with you, and you have all the tools, right? So you need to decide how am I going to tackle it, and it's also up to you if you're not going to tackle it and leave it be.
Yeah.
If it's, I guess it's the fear of facing what might
Yeah.
happen, fear of losing a job, fear of losing an income, which these fears are real,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Also considering the expectations of where does this me wanting to deal with this problem come from. Is it because I feel it's a problem for me and I want to deal with it, or is it because it's expected of me? So we need to consider, as you said before, if there's a problem, we can might as well decide we don't want to disturb it. But that's also okay. Everything doesn't need to be fixed. Some things you can just leave it as it is based on how you feel. I know I emphasize a lot on you and I is because we tend to give so much of space for everything else in our world around us. Whether it's our families, our husbands, our kids, and we tend to take a back seat. And we forget that we are in the back seat. So then our focus just keeps moving on to everybody else. But what you, me, everybody here needs to understand is in order to take care of the rest of the world around you, you need to take care of yourself. So as women, I know men too are here, so I'm not going to discriminate that, say that men don't have responsibilities. But for all of us, taking care of ourselves is important, so it gives us the battery that we need, like the phone that we need to charge it. So taking care of ourselves is important in order to take care of everybody else around us.
I would like to throw a question to them on what you said. How many of you do actually take some time off? Let's say 5 minutes, 10 minutes off to just sit and fall in love with yourself all over again. To sit and think, okay, what did I do right? I'm important, or this is what's going on with me. Have you given at least 5 or 10 minutes of your day to yourself? Let's say yesterday, how many of you gave 5 or 10 minutes yourself? I'm not talking about watching TV, to actually self-reflect on yourself.
Did you
I would
sit
really
alone,
like
have
to know.
a cup of coffee or tea? Did you enjoy it? Did you let yourself enjoy it? Or was it a routine?
Yeah,
So,
did you just have it because you were having tea?
yeah.
How many of you actually enjoyed doing something? I would like to hear from the people here we have here with us.
I
The
think
men can
Shafra.
comment as well. A lot. Yeah, he often does that. All he does is enjoying.
But it's good
Ah,
if
okay.
yeah, if Shafras can actually take time and there's a power cut, so that's why I've gone dark, but I'm
Oh,
still
okay. All right.
yeah. Well, I'm glad that he has time. Ah, okay.
Moni, okay, what did you do?
Walk-in.
Okay,
So who is that?
Zati, I walk-in closet. So that's Zati. She says, I do it every night before I sleep. I think about my day and what I do or didn't do and how to. Yes, so
What?
Zati is actually one of the most reflective people that in my family, I would say. She does a
Right.
lot of reflection and we have a lot of reflective discussion. So that's, I'm glad you're doing that, Zati. Varda. Varda, you're laughing. I'm sure you're
Is
doing
it
a lot
because
of reflecting as well.
because she does or doesn't do it?
And guys, it's also okay to have fun.
Yeah. Please
Reflection
do.
doesn't just,
Please do.
yes.
Yeah. Taking time out. So I'm going to share little things that Madhi and I then maybe can share what we do.
Yeah.
So for me, well, sometimes just driving alone with the music loud gives me peace. Watching something that I really like once everybody's asleep on Netflix gives me peace. Having something that I really like, that is food. So I love the creme brulee at a store here. Going there and just having that gives me. So little things. It can be at home, it can be out, but um, actually I started. So this is okay, Ramya. Okay, so Ramya is an intern. One of my interns from my last batch. She said actually I started doing it with the lockdown. It was so good to give myself a little time. Well, I'm glad. I'm so glad that, as Madhi
Hi.
said, with the lockdown, did bring good and bad, but I'm glad that it gave you time to think about yourself. So Varda, well, yes, skincare routine. Take as much time as you want and do that, and let yourself, I'm glad.
Yeah, so it is as simple as taking care of yourself, giving yourself a little pep talk, giving yourself a face massage. It's so
Yeah.
important. I generally take a walk outside alone because I need that me time. And I tell my husband, even on a really rushed out day, I'd say, like, give me 10 minutes. I just
Yeah.
need to either read the book or just do nothing, lie
Yeah.
down in bed. And
Yeah.
one of my secrets is like when it gets really too much and the whole house is occupied with people, I lock myself in the toilet. I just sit and think and breathe. It's so important.
Yeah.
Someone who is this Amani, I do every day. Even though I am an extrovert, I love spending time alone with myself, peeping out of the window, doing with a cup of coffee. Excellent.
Yeah. So being
Yes,
an extrovert doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want to have some me time. Being an extrovert, yes, that's a wonderful thing. But whether you're an introvert or an extrovert or whatever you are, taking some time for yourself is important. And you having that cup of coffee, must be a really peaceful time. And for Madhi, taking that walk. And something important that you said was, no matter how busy you are, when you feel that you need to take some time for yourself, it's always best to do that, so it equips you to deal with the rest of the day. Because when you come after work and you feel like, look, I don't want to deal with the house, whether it's dealing with my husband or my son or my mom or dad, I just want to take some breather. And you doing that, I'm sure Madhi would agree, at least gives you that ability when you come back to deal with the rest of the day. So being aware of
definitely,
you needing that
definitely.
break is important.
Definitely, because I don't know recently when whether I mentioned it to you. I think I did over a phone call. I had a day filled with so much work and I had deadlines, but I couldn't focus. I just decided to crap everything and take, an half an hour break. I
Yeah.
thought I'm not going to do anything, forget, because I'm not able to produce, quality work when my
Yes.
mind is not
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's so important, guys. Today's topic, we didn't set a topic because we just wanted to have conversations with you guys and see what you have to talk or what you want to talk about. As well as, one of the main reasons I had this was, I wanted to celebrate Audley because this whole series, let me just give a, intro about the whole idea of this series is to celebrate women who have made a name in the society. When I say a name, they have an individuality that, I would like to celebrate about. In case of Audley, she's created a place for her in this stringent Sri Lankan society where men are considered best counselors. So she's broken certain barriers that, I thought it's impossible maybe 8 years ago. And she goes places and does things. So I really want to say thank you for everything that she does to the community over there. And I really appreciate you being my friend.
Of
So
course.
this was one of the reasons that, I wanted to talk and introduce her to you guys as well. And it's all about, guys, making yourself feel better.
Yeah.
And what else
Uh,
I have to say? Okay. And by the way, I hate her
Sweet.
husband because, he's really annoying.
As I said, they share a love-hate relationship.
Yes, I saw that. All right, guys. Do you have we can take any questions if you all have, if anything at all, if you all want to discuss about or anything specific that you all want to touch on.
So thank you, Madhi, for your kind words of
Most
uh,
welcome.
and of course I know that you're kicking ass on your own. I know that I've seen the trainings that you've done for educators and things like that. So I know that we're both utilizing what we're good at, and through that we're helping others. That's what we're doing.
Definitely, definitely. And do
So
something and doing this, even though I've been working from the time I was 18, 14 years of my life has been in Hong Kong and fast-paced environment, working 24/7 sometimes. So it was crazy. Never thought about doing something that I thought it made me happy, and it did at one point in
Yeah,
life. But then I realized, sometimes we focus on happiness just by others appreciating us and not by what we really want, right? And we
true.
always think when someone says we're doing good and we're happy about it. But later on, when you sit down and think, what does this mean to me? What does this mean to my energy? And that's
Yeah,
when I realized, that's where my passion came in training people, training
yeah,
educators, training HR people, and going into counseling and creating this awareness and that moment when someone says, wow, I got it now. Is this what
yeah.
it means? And that's so
I,
important. So this,
I, I
I'm
know.
hoping Adley to cover out, call in inspiring women, talk to them, and make this
Yeah.
platform for everybody who wants to share their experiences.
So something
Thank
I'd
you,
like to
thank
share.
you,
Uh,
Amani.
yeah,
Yes.
for Amani, I think who asked earlier. I think was she 23 who had the question. I think so. I'm not sure who it was, but so
They
this
asked
is
a
for
question?
all. No,
Okay,
earlier there was a
okay,
question.
all right.
So as Madhi said, Madhi started working when she's 18. I started working when I was 19, and I have been in approximately 10 different jobs before I got to where I am today. Before I found the job that's making me passionate. I started off in an industry, in the garment industry, as in merchandising, which I really liked. I'm sure Madhi can relate, which I really liked. It was something that interested me. I have worked as a secretary. I have worked as a PA to the ambassador in Abu Dhabi. I have worked in travel. I have worked as a teacher. I have done many, many things. So I'm just sharing this with you guys to know that you're going to find something that you love. And it may take a year, it may take 2 years. For me, it took longer than that. But I'm so glad, Alhamdulillah, to where I am today. Because I wouldn't be doing
So
anything
never
else.
give up, right? That's what you're trying to
Yeah,
say.
never, never, never. I mean, just because you do one job and you don't like it does not mean that it's the end of the world. You're going to find something else. It's just that believe in yourself. You will get to a point where you're doing something that you love. And when you find that, pursue it. So,
Right. Thank you for people who joined. So I guess if there is no further questions, is there any parting words, hard or words of wisdom that you would like to share with our ladies over here?
um, so things that I believe in for the yes. Thank you, Shafra.
You.
She's the
Thank you
first.
so much. And I
I think,
think that
yeah,
was a cue card for saying thank you to our husbands for being so supportive.
yes, yes.
Alhamdulillah. See, that was his cue
I think
card.
yeah, after we were talking, they have sent us their emojis changed into more caring emojis. So which means yeah. So thank you.
Yes.
Uh, yes, I don't think we'll ever give up on what we're doing, and like I said, sky is the limit, and we're going to pursue what we want to. Yes, we are going to keep pursuing what we're doing, and I'm going to keep doing what I do: counseling, training, workshops, teaching. I love teaching young people about the mental health field, and seeing young people find something that they connect to in the mental health field brings me so much joy. The internship that we do at our organization takes 3 months, and I have seen interns come in as one person, and when they leave after that 3 months, that change has been so rewarding for all the effort put in. So thank you
Thanks,
for.
Moni, for joining us. It was really good having you interact.
So last parting words would be take care of yourself. The most important thing, you need to be okay so that the people around you can be okay. Love yourself and always know that you are important and that you matter, and nobody can take that away from you if you don't let them.
Wait. We have two message. Can we reach out to you all anytime when feeling down? Yes, definitely do reach out. Do reach
Yes.
out. We are here. We'll support as
Yeah.
much as we can because that's one of our goals as well, inshallah. And
So I
Varda, thank you, ladies. Yeah, it was
I
nice to know Adli.
okay. Right. Yes, thank you for your questions, and I hope that our conversation about our lives was helpful. You can always drop me a message on the page, my emotional well-being with Adle, so that if there's something that I can help you with or connect you with somebody who can help you, I will always do that. Um, Thank you, Nazma. Very, very kind of you. And I think, yes, Kosara just joined in. So she's also working, yeah, she's also a trainee clinical psychologist um, who's also doing
Thanks,
wonderful work.
Christina.
Right. I think your husband has a question, Madi.
Uh, okay. What was this question? What you guys do that is teaching, etc., is Sunnah by. Oh, no, it was a statement.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it is Sunnah. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, yes, yes. Well,
It is.
yes, we are all
Thank you. Thank you
to
for
our faith.
mentioning that.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a very what would I say? It's an important initiative for us, and it comes from the bottom of our heart. And thank you everybody for letting us know how you feel about this. If you have any comments or if there's any other suggestions how we can improve this further, please do let us know. Or if there's any other topic that you want us to
Yes,
touch on,
yes.
Adle will be. I'm not asking her permission, but she definitely will join us in for another
Yeah,
discussion, something
I
that
think
you
Madi
feel.
has already got me like tied on this. Like, okay, if they say they want to talk about this, you're going to be talking about this. So
Of course, I'm not asking her. You're going to be talking about this, right? So we are open to any suggestions that you have as well. Please do buzz us and let us know if you have anything that you want to clarify. So that's about it. Thank you so much. We hope there is no other further questions. And thank you so much, Adle, for joining in. I
thank
really
you,
appreciate it. It's
Madi.
very important for me that you
And
joined
who?
in
Yeah,
as my
yeah.
guest of
And it's
honor.
just that, yeah. Oh, thank you so much. It's just that as friends, if our conversation about our lives or our experiences can help you guys, I mean, these are conversations we have on our own, and we thought, hey, why not let people in on our conversations? They can maybe.
Definitely. And one of the reasons that, a final statement that I want to make is, guys, women, when they get together and support each other rather than putting each other down, we can make miracles happen. Join in your forces.
Yeah.
Support another woman's strengths, her skills, without letting it down. Because by joining in, by uniting, you can make miracles happen.
We are where we are because we support each other. We love each other as friends
Definitely,
and we support
definitely.
each other. So yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for your comments and lovely words. So let's sign off now. Thanks, Adle.